Hello everyone. Today we continue with chapter 6 solids, liquids and gases. And today is our topic soluble and insoluble substances. Some substances dissolve in water. Dissolve means mix well in water, but some do not. For example, sugar, salt, milk and honey dissolve in water. We say that these substances are soluble in water. But some substances like sand, oil, chalk do not dissolve in water. These are insoluble in water. So here we can see that sugar plus water we will get a sugar solution, and sand plus water we will not get any solution because sand is not soluble in water. It is insoluble in water. We call substances that dissolve in water soluble. Sugar and salt are examples of soluble substances. Substances that do not dissolve in water are called insoluble. Sand, flour, oil, chalk, all these are the examples of insoluble substances. Next topic, separation of soluble solids from liquids. For that, evaporation, the process evaporation helps the separation of soluble solids from liquids. Soluble substances such as salt and sugar can be separated from water by the process of evaporation. If we do this activity at home, then we will understand how it separates. For this, we need 4-5 tablespoons of salt, a pan and a cup of water and a hot plate. Mix the salt with the water in a cup and stir well. Then put the solution in a pan and heat. After some time we can see that water evaporates and only the salt is left behind the pan. So from this experiment we understood that separation of soluble solids from liquids is happening through the process of evaporation. Separation of insoluble solids from liquids. The following methods can be used to separate insoluble solids from liquids: sedimentation, decantation and filtration. These are the three methods we use to separate insoluble solids from liquids. First, sedimentation. What is sedimentation? The process by which heavy insoluble substances present in a liquid gradually settle down at the bottom of the container is called sedimentation. The heavy insoluble substances that settle down are called sediments. So here in the picture we can understand in the water sand is mixed, but we know that sand cannot mix in the water. It is insoluble substance. So after some time what happens, the sand or stones, these kinds of insoluble substances that will be sediments that will be settled down at the bottom of the container, and only the clear water will be there at the top of the container. So this process is known as sedimentation. And the insoluble substances we get under the bottom of the container is called sediments. Next process, decantation. After the insoluble impurities settle down at the bottom of the beaker, the clean liquid can be seen above. The clean liquid can now be poured into another beaker without disturbing the sediments. This process of removal of clear liquid above the sediments is called decantation. So after the sedimentation, we can do another method, and we can keep that container for a long time without disturbing them. So we have already seen that all the sediments are there under the bottom of the container, and the fresh water is there at the top of the beaker. And what we have to do, after some time we have to take that container into pour the clean water, pour into another container without disturbing the sediments. So we will get only the fresh water in that new container, and all the sediments will be there in the previous container. So this process is known as decantation. That means the process of removing the clear liquid, removal of clear liquid above the sediments is called decantation. Next, filtration. The very fine insoluble substances that remain suspended in the liquid and do not settle are separated by this method. It generally involves using filter paper. A filter paper has very fine pores that allow only the liquid to pass through. The insoluble substances are left behind on the filter paper. The separation of fine insoluble particles from a liquid using filter paper is known as filtration. So another method is filtration. Some substances that is very well mixed with water, and we cannot separate that particles. So in such cases we use filtration. That is for this we need filter paper. A filter paper has very fine pores, holes are there to allow only the liquid to pass through, and the fine particles will be remained there on the filter paper. So only the insoluble substances are left behind the filter paper. So what is filtration? The separation of fine insoluble particles from a liquid using a filter paper is known as filtration. So from this picture we can understand here, in the first picture shows the mixture of water and sand, then using the filter paper to filter the water, and a tunnel is also there, and we will get in the next picture, third picture, we can see that only the clear water we got, and insoluble sand and particles we can see there on the filter paper. So in this way also we can clean the water. So you can do all these kinds of experiments and at home, and so from the experiment you will understand more about all these kinds of methods. So read this chapter 6, page number 62 and 63, and do filling the blanks, page number 63 in the textbook. The particles are arranged in different ways in different substances. The particles in a solid are tightly packed. A mixture of sugar and water can be separated by the method of evaporation. Filter paper is a type of paper with very fine pores. One more exercise. Exercise A, page number 67. Choose the correct option. Which of the following statements is correct about a sea breeze? Cool air from the sea moves towards the land. Hot air from the land moves towards the sea. Particles in gases move freely in all directions. Nitrogen is found in the highest quantity in air. Which of the following substances is soluble in water? Sugar. Which of the following methods is used to remove soluble impurities from water? Evaporation. Do this exercise in the textbook and also in the copy. Thank you. Have a nice day.